Hey, money's money. I mean, like, I'll be set for life.
And of course, you guys are also set for life when you listen to Behind the Mic, the short series that we have here behind the radio show where we discuss what we did today on the air behind the mic. I'm Andrew Coates.
And I'm Manuel here.
And today for Behind the Mic, we focus quite a bit on Black history, the history of Black history. I went over Mr. Carter G. Woodson, the inventor of Black History Week, which was transformed by President Gerald Ford into Black History Month.
And I spoke about Spike Lee, African-American director, who in many ways talk about Black history and Black culture.
And I felt it was a pretty good show today. We covered a lot of topics. We played a lot of great music, courtesy of Dr. Barnes Bay. And he's our camera guy. We love him very much.
Dr. Bombay.
Yeah.
PhD of musicology.
Yes. And I really don't have too much to say in this episode. I think we did a good show. Yes. Yeah.
If anything, starting with you, what you learned today? If anything, did you learn anything?
Of course. Every time I come on the show, I learn more. I learn more about Spike Lee from Manuel's segment. I know he exists, but I don't know. I'm not too familiar with his work. I think I'll catch up on his movies. Learn more about Black History Month, definitely. And yeah, it was a great learning experience.
Same question.
I learned from Andrew, and I learned about the cotton mill. I knew about the history of it. I remember learning that in class, but he had a really insightful speech about early behind the mic, not before the show, and his trivia was really informative, and I don't know. I learned a lot. I learned to do the right thing. I mean, I kept saying it throughout the show, but the more I'm saying it, the more I realize that we have the choice of doing whatever we want, but not everyone has the choice to do the right thing, and we do the right thing by talking about what needs to change and what needs to be aware of.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that Do the Right Thing movie. You had people that lived in the same neighborhood that couldn't get along, and were fighting against each other, and it's a prevalent issue, which is something that you mentioned, still prevalent today, with people living in neighborhoods and communities where they still can't get along, but they're all in the same boat.
Maybe that's why I am so in love with the movie, because it reminds me, not in my neighborhood per se, but it does remind me of my neighborhood, how we all live together, but we have tensions, because my family is different from the other people. The other people are, mostly black, while we're Hispanics. So a lot of times I see a little, tension between, not me per se, but my nephews, who, and, the little black kids. But, we try to get along, we try to, because we live in the same community, we have to get along, because it's us against the world, a lot of things. And the movie taught me that things could escalate quickly. Like the climax of the movie where, they try to do the right thing by protesting, but it escalated quickly. I don't know if any of the characters did the right thing, but, it's a lesson learned that, you have to be smart in what you're doing, and, we live in the same little bubble, and if we do something to burst that bubble, everyone falls.
That's the problem. Everybody lives in their own little individual bubble. And one of the things that I've been taught is how to celebrate our differences as people. The only problem with that ideal is everyone doesn't live or think that way. So my white brethren might not feel that way. He might want the brother to stay in his place, right? And my place is the world, okay? And a lot of people that I like say that, black people need to do themselves. We need to separate, it's Black History Month. There are a lot of issues, excuse me, there are a lot of issues that are at hand as it pertains to the advancement of us as a people. Okay, and what direction we should go. We need to separate, build our own businesses, our own economic base, which I all totally agree with. We need to do a lot of things anyway. I'm sorry. I just went someplace else because that movie, Do the Right Thing. But the question, going back, the question was, what did you said you learned something? And since I'm talking, I'm going to say I learned something from Andrew today, that Black History Month has a theme. And he mentioned the theme of Black History Month this year. And do you remember what it is?
It was the 100 years of Black History, I believe. It was about the 100.
You don't have to remember, but the fact you have it, you have it written down so you can look it up. But there's a theme for Black History Month. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so I'm gonna give it back to you guys.
All right, I believe that wraps up our Behind the Mic this episode. Catch the radio show every single Saturday, 9:30 to 10 in the morning. Go to channel 89.5 FM, WSOU.
CFR University of South Orange, New Jersey.
Thank you very much for watching Behind the Mic. Stay conscious.
Yes, we're on Instagram,
Facebook,
YouTube,
Twitter. Call us, watch us at Facebook Live. You know, we're gonna be live, so you can see us in the actual mic, behind the mic. So yeah, just support us. You know.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Peace.